Hello, this is Eric Thompson. I am president, owner, and lead financial advisor of Peerless Wealth, a registered investment advisory firm right here in Columbus, Ohio. I hope everyone is having a great summer. For this segment, I want to talk about one of the biggest money-saving ideas I've had recently, and I've done personally, and that I would advise to clients. And before I tell you exactly what it is, and it's nothing you haven't heard before, but before I really go into it, I want to tell you a story. One of my friends routinely brags about saving 15 cents a gallon by driving 10 minutes out of his way to a certain gas station to save on gas. And that's well and good. We all should budget and not waste money frivolously. However, I did the math. And if he uses a tank a week and he saves 15 cents, he saves about $3 a week on gas, which is $12 a month. And it's probably less than that because he goes out of his way to do it. So there's a phrase, don't sweat the small stuff. And I think that really applies here. Yeah, it's good to save money, but that doesn't move the needle for most people. That same friend I was talking to and found out, and he is a homeowner, and he has a $300,000 mortgage on his house. And I asked him what his interest rate was. And he said 4.25%. And he said that very confidently, like I can't get any lower than that. Well, interest rates are crazy low. And I say this from somebody not trying to sell you a mortgage. I don't do mortgages. I'll give you some ways to access good products at the end of the video. But I did the math, and if he refinanced that $300,000 mortgage, which by the way was a 30-year mortgage at 4 1/8, not 4 1/4, 4 1/8, he's paying $1,467 a month. If he refinanced, current 30-year rates are about 1% lower, roughly 3 1/8. His payment would go down to $1,296, which saves him $171 a month. Way more than 10, 20 times what he was saving in gas. That's what adds up. Imagine that over a course of 30 years, how much it would save you in interest. And rule of thumb is if you can save 1%, maybe 0.75% from the rate you're at, it makes it worth it to refinance. Now his response to me was, oh, it's a pain. It's a pain I got to get all my tax returns together. I got to go back and forth. They keep asking for stuff. I got to go in and get my wife. I'm going to close and all that. I said, okay, you're probably spending 15 minutes a week going out of your way for gas, which is an hour a month, which is 12 hours a year, every year. This whole refinancing thing, I promise you won't take 12 hours of your time, and you'll save way more than what you're saving on gas. So I think people are naturally averse to doing things that are maybe complicated or confusing, and they're naturally, they opt to do something like gas prices. They stare you every day in the face, and it's kind of easy to shop around. But these are some of the emotional biases we have, and I'll put a sweetener on this. Like I said, I don't do mortgages. I have two avenues that I refer to people. One is Rocket Mortgages. It used to be Quicken Loans. And the reason I start with that is because if I custody all my client investment accounts at Charles Schwab, Schwab has a relationship with used to be Quicken, Rocket Mortgages. And depending on how much investment assets you have in Schwab accounts, they will give you discounts on your mortgage. And in his case, he had between $250,000 and $750,000 of investable assets. He got a 1/4% discount on his 30-year mortgage rate, which saved him another, not $171 a month, but $213 a month. And just to give you an idea of where rates are now, they change every day, and I'm doing this in late August. So they'll probably change in a week or so from now. But the 30-year, then this is with Rocket, is 3 1/8. The 15-year is 2.5, and a 5-year fixed, amortized over 30 years, or what they call 5-year adjustable, is 2 1/8. And if you and in addition, as low as those are, you can get 1/4% off if you have between $250,000, 0.5% off if you have between $750 and $4.5 million at Schwab, and I'll skip to the last category. If you have over $9 million of investable assets at Schwab, you'll get 1% off your mortgage. So imagine if you had a 5-year, multimillionaire. He had a 5-year ARM, fixed rate, 5 over 30, 2 1/8. Subtract 1 from that. You're getting a mortgage at 1 1/8%. And you might ask me, why would someone with $10 million need to borrow? Well, it's all about using debt wisely. I'll tell you another story. The CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, I think this was 5 or 10 years ago now, he built some huge monstrosity of a mansion out by Facebook's headquarters. You know, $20, $30 million place, I'm not even sure. He's a billionaire. He could have wrote a check for it. He actually mortgaged it. He actually borrowed to do it. And it's because of this concept. When interest rates are as low as they are now, we can keep our money and invest it in other things, and we don't have to make that big of a return to be better off. If you can be paying 3% a year on mortgage interest and invest that money and earn on average between 5 and 10% a year, and obviously you don't want to invest super aggressive if you have debt, but the bar is really low, the hurdle is really low, the lower interest rates are. It's not just a matter of a low payment, but now we have more money to invest elsewhere. And this is why the Federal Reserve has cut rates how they have done. A lot of people think they've done too much. Don't fight the Fed. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the situation. I'm actually in the process of refinancing a second time in 3 years because rates are down even more. It's all about using debt wisely. If interest rates were 6 or 8%, I would not be doing what I'm doing personally. I would not advise my clients to do it. I would be in more of a debt pay down mode. I'm actually naturally debt averse. However, if I can pay 2%, I'll keep my money because I know the odds of me making over 2% a year are extremely high. And so it's all about controlling what you can control. We can't control what markets do on a day-to-day basis. We know interest rates are low. We go through a little bit of hassle and we get that refi done. Maybe you can pull some cash out to do some other things with it. I always look at how much my clients have in Schwab to see if they can get discounts on the Rocket program. I don't get compensated or any commission from or anything. It's all about me being a comprehensive financial advisor. I have a couple local mortgage brokers here in town that I know, like, and trust. And between the Rocket Avenue and my local referrals, I have avenues to where you'll get treated well and fairly. So with that, take a look at your mortgage rate. If you have questions, call me and we will go from there. Thanks a lot.